Hello and welcome back to Amilingo. My name is Svetozar and that's another class of English. So today we're going to be listening to another podcast about onions. So I will not let the cat out of the bag. I will not tell you why exactly the title of the class is onions. I guess you have understood that it's going to be about one of another. It will be about another idiomatic expression. So, onions, the topic of our class for this evening. So, before we start listening to the podcast, we will have another warm-up activity. I will try to make students talk as much as possible. So, I will give you kind of a picture. I did yesterday, another class. And the student is supposed to talk for 3 minutes, imagining information, reminding or remembering of vocabulary, grammar structures, and things like that. So I hope that someone will come and we will finally start our class. And meanwhile, I'm just getting ready with my documents. But to be honest, I'm ready. So I have everything I need. Just for one thing, students. Here are the first student, Evgeny and Mikhail. Okay, hello guys. How are you feeling today? Mikhail? Hello? Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you, Mikhail.
Cannot. Okay. Good. So, Evgeny, nice to see you again and nice to hear you again. How are you feeling today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine too. Thank you. A little bit tired, but still in shape.
Are you tired?
Well, a lot of classes and some stressful news from home again. So I'm really tired. I'm morally tired, I would say.
Okay, then make the students speak, not you.
That's right. Exactly.
You have just to listen.
That is why I want you to talk, to tell me something interesting. Well, do you have anything interesting to share with me?
For the last 2 days, nothing has changed, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The weather changed a bit. Today we had rain, but like little rain.
I see.
So,
okay, and what are your plans for next weekend? So I guess it is rather too early to talk about next weekend since we are only in the middle of the week, so that is Tuesday. But perhaps you have some particular plans for next weekend.
I'm not sure about the next weekend, what will happen, but at the moment I don't have any plans. I'm going to stay at home, read some books, maybe I will take a walk in the park, maybe I will go somewhere with my friends.
Okay, very good.
Nothing special that I can share.
Are you going to eat onions next weekend?
Why do you ask?
Sorry?
Why do you ask?
Because it's the topic of our class.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna eat onions.
Okay, you're gonna be listening to a podcast and there will be an interesting expression about onions. Don't you like onions, Evgeny?
It depends, it depends. I cannot tell you exactly that I really like them, but...
Well, if you eat kind of a soup or borscht without onions, will it be tasty for you?
No, no, no.
So I can say that you do like onions. It's
I
a
do like onions.
necessary ingredient, yeah?
Yeah, it's a necessary ingredient, sure.
So as soon as you notice that there are no onions, you will understand that you do like them.
Yeah, it's like salt.
Exactly.
When there is no salt, you will see it. You will taste it.
That's right, for sure. Okay, so let's greet Mikhail. Hello, Mikhail. How are things with you? Are you feeling okay? I would say you look a little bit either tired or sad. Right? Sorry?
Everything is good.
Everything's good. Okay, you're smiling. Okay, what about you, Mikhail? Do you like onions? Do you often eat onions?
Onion? Not very often. But I think it's not bad, maybe product.
It's not very bad to eat onions.
Vegetables, or how to say it? What is it?
It is a vegetable. So it is not a bad vegetable, is that? Or it's not bad...
It's if we add onion to maybe some salad.
Ice cream.
it's make it better.
Have you ever tasted onion ice cream?
No, never.
Do you think it is possible?
And you?
No, I haven't. Well, I don't know if it exists. Well, I have never heard about onion ice cream. But well, perhaps someone who likes experimenting with food can try. Well, okay. And what about you, Mikhail? Have you got any plans for next weekend? Are you gonna stay at home as Evgeny, or you gonna have a walk where you're gonna do something special, something interesting?
It's hard to say. I don't play. I didn't planning my weekend.
I mean, I haven't planned it yet.
Planned it. Planned it. How to say it right?
Well, I don't know what you want to say. If you want to say about usual things, like you would better say, I never plan my weekend beforehand, or I haven't planned it.
I mean, now today, I think I'm not planning what I do on this weekend.
So I guess that you want to say, I haven't planned my weekend yet.
And could you write plenty?
Well, planned, double N-E-D, so present perfect. I haven't planned it yet. That's it. Okay, I see what the problem is. You feel you're a little bit sick, aren't you, Mikhail? Have you caught cold or something? Because your voice is different.
Maybe some difference. For me, it's normal. I maybe different.
Well, I mean that I guess that you have cold, because your voice sounds a little bit in a different way. You have a kind of runny nose, perhaps, no? Sore throat?
Something like that. But how to say it? I try to don't see on this maybe symptoms.
I try not to pay attention to these symptoms.
Yes.
Well, you'd better be careful with that, because even an ordinary flu or an ordinary cold that you have caught can blossom in some complications. So be careful with that. Well, when I say I try not to pay attention to these symptoms, well, on the other hand, I understand you, so because you have to work and to do many things, but still you'd better think about taking care of your health, because health is something that's that you shouldn't, play joke with. So that's important. Okay, where are students?
Svetozar, I think if you have some ill, it's like.
If you feel sick, I would say. If you feel sick.
You can use it like make immunity for another period.
You can use it as
to make immunity for next period.
Okay, so you wanted to say that if you don't feel well, you can get yourself ready for another period. What kind of period?
Not another period. You make immunity,
Ah, okay. I see. So
and you don't. You will don't.
So you make your immunity system stronger.
Yes.
Well,
but in the future.
I see. Well, yeah, perhaps you're right. Still, if you feel sick, you should treat yourself somehow, and you shouldn't make the situation worse. Like, drinking cold water, staying, I don't know, at the open window, and these things like that. Okay, so where are students?
It's my private lesson.
I'm sorry?
It's my private lesson.
Really?
Yes.
But there is also Evgeny, and 3 students are watching us.
It's like a ghost.
Ghost or host?
And how to pronounce it right? I think
I know what you mean.
oh,
So if it's a ghost, like phantom, so
yes,
that it's
yes.
ghost, ghost.
Mhm.
Well, but the ghost actually talked a little bit at the beginning of the class, so we cannot consider. Oh, perhaps okay. Evgeny, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so Mikhail, you're wrong. So Evgeny is not a ghost. Evgeny, you have a kind of a nickname, you know?
Yes,
Ghost.
right.
Sorry?
Because I presented the class, but I'm not talking.
That's right, that's right, that's it. So, but now you are here and you are talking. Okay, so I hope that students will come up and we will continue, but before they come, I will give you this warming-up activity, something we did yesterday, and Mikhail had a chance and opportunity to try himself, and so now it will be Evgeny's turn, so we'll make Evgeny talk a little bit. So the task of this warm-up activity is the following. I will show you the picture, and the task will be to imagine that you are the owner of something that you will see in the picture. On the left side of the Word document, you will find a list of tips. So something that you will be able to use when talking. So some information. Let me show you what I mean, and you will understand it once, not to just describe and explain. Just a minute. Okay, so description. Okay, nope. So here it goes. Can you see my screen now, Evgeny, Mikhail?
Yes.
Evgeny, what about you?
Yeah, I see, I see.
So as you can see, you'll have 3 minutes to describe something that you can see in the picture. Here on the left, you have some tips. So you can talk about how long you've had it, how you got it, when, talk about the day, describe every possible detail. You can talk about size, color, some adjectives, characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
You can also talk about reasons to have it, how often you interact with pets. So ways of cleaning is possible, place to be found, board, place to be kept. Comparison with other animals or objects if you wish. You can also mention a possible price, how often you or other people interact with it, some other pet or a kid, some other animals, friends. You can also talk about advantages and disadvantages. Then you are supposed to convince a listener to buy the same. And also you can mention some supplementary information if you wish. So these are just tips, but it doesn't mean that you have to talk only about something that is given in these tips. Okay? So you will have 3 minutes. I will start the timer.
I think that 30 seconds is enough for me.
Sorry?
I think that 30 seconds is enough for me.
Seconds? No. Well, the task is to talk for 3 minutes. So, and I will not stop you. I will not correct you, but I guess, well, no need to correct, so we can speak very good. Still, well, if there are some mistakes, I'll just take notes of them. If not, so cool. If there are some, I'll just put them in my notebook and then we'll discuss them a little bit. But your task is to try to speak as much as possible without pauses and things like that. So, are you ready?
Do I have to say that it's a cat?
I'm sorry?
Do I have to say that it's a cat? I have to describe it only.
Yeah, well, on the right you can see the picture and there is, look at this picture. It is my
Cat.
cat, and so on. And you go.
It is my cat. I have had it for 7 years, and I found him on the street when I was jogging in the park, and I saw him behind the bench. So I decided that I have to take him home because he was alone and he had to eat something. And as soon as the winter is coming and the weather becomes bad, I decided that it's a must to take him home and to make him a part of my family. Moreover, he was so nice that I decided to take him. At the moment, he is 7 years old. He is a huge cat. He's like his hair is long and his hair is very furry. I don't know how to say this. He is a very attractive cat at home. They always play with him because he has a very nice character, and he is always happy to see my friends. I can say that my cat is really clean, and but unfortunately I have to clean a lot, and I have to take care of him because he's an animal. It's an animal, and they cannot take care of themselves. So I think that it's for me the cat is priceless because it's it's like a part of the family, and I'm having the question about the price. I would never sell it for any price. I cannot compare my cat with any other cat that I saw because he's special for me, and because it's just I wake up every morning with him and I go to sleep seeing that he's lying right next to me. As for the disadvantages to have a cat is that I can say that it's better to have a cat when you have your own house, not an apartment. Because when you have an apartment, you have to, it's a like wild animal. You have to like it's home animal, but at the same time it has wild, wild. What is wild? Instincts, and it has to go sometimes outside the apartment to play, to see the birds and to catch them and to play with some other cats. That's why I think that it's better to have a cat when you have a house. Actually, any animal, you have to have a part. You have to have a house in order to have any animal. But this is one of the disadvantages that you have to take him all the time to the yard and to take him home and to wash him all the time because when he's coming back he's dirty and you don't know where he was, and you have to clean him every time and to wash him. Moreover, to wash him you need a special shampoo because it's not possible to clean him with the ordinary shampoo that I use. So like everyday budget for like every month's budget for only for cleaning my cat is like I don't know 500 zloty, for example. And for advantages of having a cat, like it's an animal that comes to you every time you come from job, and he's like always happy to see me. And by the way, one more disadvantage is that when you want to sleep, it will not. When you want to sleep, it will not. Your cat will not allow you because he will always beg you for food. So it's like one of the worst disadvantage of a cat.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, there is. Well, you said that you would finish it within 30 seconds. So, but you have felt that it's nice, interesting to talk to dwell on, and I've enjoyed your story. Thanks a lot. Very, very informative. A lot of details, juicy terms. So, thanks a lot for your story. Well, just some remarks. You said I decided I have to take him. Well, when he found the cat in the street, so he said I decided I have to take him. Well, it is possible to say this way in colloquial English, but if we follow grammar rules, you would better say a little bit in different way. I decided I had to take him home and feed him and so on and so forth. So, because the first part of your sentence is in the past, so I decided. That is why the second part should also be in the past. So you cannot say I decided I have to. I decide I have to do something, but I decided I had to do something, okay? Is that clear? Evgeny? Evgeny, hello. Oh, Evgeny, your microphone is muted.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, the first small correction I have just mentioned. So it's huge cat. I'm not sure if you use the article. Well, it's a huge cat. Usually, if you use a noun with in a singular form, and there is an adjective that precedes the noun, so usually you have to use an indefinite article. So it's a huge cat, or it's a beautiful cat, it's a very nice cat, and so on and so forth. So a huge cat. I would never sell it. So talking about animals, yep, we usually use it. But you started describing the cat and you used he, and it's very common because when you have a cat or a dog at home, so they become kind of a member of the family, and you call them he or she cat or he or she dog. So if you started calling him he, well, you would better continue calling him he. So I would never sell him when you were talking about the price. Well, actually here it's not about price like to sell it or to sell him. It's how much it can cost if he was sold someday. But still, well, you said that it was very precious for you. You loved him a lot, so you would never sell him, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, in real life, I don't like cats. I hate them.
Really? Why?
But Evgeny, you can make a second story how you hate this cat.
Well, yeah, there'll be. But to be honest, in fact, I hate cats, and that is not
I hate cats. I really hate them. It's just a strange animal for me.
Strange animal.
Yeah.
And which animal isn't strange for you?
Dog.
Dog. Well, why don't you like cat? Why do you hate cats? Strange animals. What do you mean strange?
I don't see. I don't know, like a sense in their lives. I don't know how to say it.
Come on. Well, they are a little curious.
They are just walking around and doing nothing.
Well, come on. Well, if a cat lives in a private house, in a country house, so he or she can catch some mice, and that'll be a good thing, for example. And moreover, just cats are supposed to be liked, to be loved, to be caressed, you know. Well, they are little cuties, and it's a lovely thing just to caress them. And when something you said actually in your story that is really true, because for me I have two cats, and when I go to bed, they are always by my side, you know, they warm me up, because now it's really cold, and where they just lying by my side, it gets me warmer.
And I have allergy for cats, that's why I don't like them.
I'm sorry?
I have allergy for cats.
Oh, well, that's a very considerable reason. So for which you don't like them, perhaps because of that you hate them. So are you sure that you are allergic to cats?
It's not that I hate them. I'm just indifferent.
Well, these are two different things. To be indifferent to cats and hate them.
Different. I don't hate them. It's like that feeling.
Well, when you see this picture, the one I have shown you, don't you think it is cute?
No.
No.
Really no. Just
what is cute for you? Well, when you use the word cute,
little puppies.
Sorry?
Little puppies.
Well, little puppies are cute, but this cat isn't cute.
Yeah, he's not cute. Well, why?
And little kitten, aren't they cute?
No, same feelings.
Come on, it's really strange. If you say that little puppies are cute, well, actually all the cubs, you know, all like little babies are animal, or it can be an animal like a puppy or a kitten, or I don't know, a chicken, or little piglets and things like that. They are really cute. All of them are cute, aren't they?
You know, I cannot tell. Do you like the babies of the snake?
Sorry? Babies of?
Yeah, I don't know how to say this. Babies of the snake. Are they cute?
Well, but snakes, I'm afraid of snakes.
Okay.
Well, these are different.
Do you like the babies of the spider?
Well, you're talking about my fears. I'm afraid of snakes and spiders and what else? And these are not mammals. I'm talking about mammals, you know.
Okay, do you afraid of hyenas? Hyena, do you know?
I'm afraid of. Well, I'm not, but I guess that their babies are cute. I haven't seen them.
Yeah,
Well,
they like dogs. They like dogs, right?
You know
But
that.
when they grow up, they are unpleasant animals.
I'm sorry?
But when they grow up, they look like really unpleasant animals.
Yes,
But
that's what I'm talking about.
anyways,
I'm talking about little babies. I don't know. Well, these, you know, when animals are small and small, usually
no,
they're not.
I like all the animals,
But for kittens.
it's not only about kittens. It's about the thing that I don't like. It's just I'm indifferent to some kind of animals.
I see. I see.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. And have some the link. Here you can see. Oh, I love owls. They are very. They
Yeah,
really
one of
like.
them is kitten, right?
Sorry.
One of them is a kitten, right?
Yeah. It is. It is. Yes. And don't you like owls?
Indifferent,
Well,
completely
yeah.
different.
They're really.
Otherwise, I've seen a video where there are like little owls, right? Like
Mhm.
native owls. They are pretty nice.
Yeah, they're very cute. They're very funny,
When they
hilarious.
grow up, nothing special. But about the
Come
dogs,
on.
I can say that whether they small or whether they big, I like them.
Well, owls are really mysterious creatures. Little owls and big one, and adults as well. As for me, I love them. Very, very interesting birds. Birds that look like a little bit like cats, by the way. And that is why I guess a kitten was put among little owls just to see to show their similarity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Mikhail, what about you? Do you like kittens or cats or I don't know?
Yes, I prefer cats more than dogs.
You prefer cats to dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a cat?
No.
Haven't got. Why not?
I don't know. I have how to say has a
I used to have.
huh?
I used to have.
No.
You had in the past.
Yes, in the past.
I used to have a cat, or I used to have a dog.
Used to have.
To have. Oh, sorry, just a second.
Could you write it?
Yeah, I'm typing. I used to have, and you say what or whom?
I used to have. To have a cat.
I used to have a cat. And what happened to him?
It was very long time ago.
It was long time ago. Okay, so what happened to him? Did he
Again,
die?
it's like a cat's life. It's short.
Well, it depends. It usually takes 15 or 16 years.
but my age is more than.
I'm sorry?
My age now is more than 16.
You mean that your cat died before he was 16? What did you do to him? Did you?
I don't remember, Svetozar.
I'm sorry?
I don't remember.
What happened to your cat?
Yes, yes.
I guess you were too hungry.
No.
No? You didn't eat your cat, I hope.
No.
Okay, I see. Okay, so now let's come back to. Okay, so anyways, Evgenia, thanks a lot for your story. I did enjoy it. It was really interesting, and you played very well. I believe that you liked cats, and afterwards you just spoiled the impression. I mean that the truth is that you don't like cats, and that's in that way you describe in your story. Anyways, the story was very good. So now let's come back to the topic, but the strange thing is that there are no students. Mikhail, what happened?
Because it's my private lesson.
No, really.
I share it with Evgeny, but it's
No, come on,
it's
seriously.
because he is my friend.
No, but you are joking. No kidding.
Maybe it's like an epidemic of
Laziness. The
and,
epidemic of laziness.
and nobody could talk because
Nobody can talk because everyone felt lazy at once and decided not to join our classes. Well, okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on. So, as I told you at the beginning, the topic is onions. So, before we jump into the listening part, I want you to answer some questions about onions. So, there is a kind of a question here. So, what do you think? How long have people been using onions? Evgeny, do you have any ideas? How long have people been using onions?
I cannot tell you. I don't know.
Well, just the first year, the first time.
Hundreds of years, thousands of years. I don't know.
Thousands, hundreds of years. Yes, so it is 5,000 years. People have been using onions for 5,000 years. Okay. Onions are the first most consumed fresh vegetable in the United States. Onions are the second most consumed fresh vegetable in the United States, or onions are the third most consumed fresh vegetable in the United States. Mikhail.
maybe most.
The first, the second, or the third most.
I don't understand. Most
consumed. To consume, well, the people eat it, you know.
Consume.
Yeah, consume. The most consumed vegetable. So, is it the first most consumed vegetable in the United States, the second, or the third?
I think it's third.
The third most consumed vegetable in the United States. And you are right. Good. Well, about how many states grow onions? 5, 10, 20. Evgeny.
Could you repeat the question?
About how many states grow onions? 5 states, 10 states, or 20 states?
Let it be 10 states.
It is not. It's 20.
20.
Well, onions come in what colors? So what colors can onions be?
Bulgarian onions, they are dark red. I know like yellow.
Yeah.
Onions, I know white.
Good. So that's right. So
black onions, I know.
Yellow, red, and white. So these are 3 most common colors for onions. Good. So the average American eats, well, how many pounds of onions a year? Mikhail. So how many pounds?
How much is 1 pound?
How much is 1 pound? Interesting question. I'm not sure. Mikhail, do you know how much is 1 pound? Let's see.
1 pound.
More than 1 kilo. It's less. It's something like 500 grams, like 400 grams. So almost half a kilo. So, and the question is, how many pounds of onions does the average American eat a year? Any ideas, Mikhail? Yep.
Like 18 kilos, no?
You think? Sorry, Evgeny?
Like 20 kilos, no?
20 kilos. Less than that. It's about 20 pounds. Since a pound is half a kilo, so there'll be 10, yeah?
Yeah, you don't know how I calculated this?
I'm sorry?
Do you know how I calculated this? No?
How?
Like if like average American eats at the McDonald's, they're using onions like in every food.
Yes.
Took like every day they're eating onions, like 1 onion for like I took that McDonald's as an example.
I see. Well, anyways.
The mistake was like 50%.
Exactly, that's it. So, anyways, you're good at math. I wouldn't be able to calculate this way. Math is not my cup of tea. So, well, another question about onions. So, just a second. Well, just don't want to ask all the questions. You can get onions in the store. So, can you? Well, when can you get onions in the store, Mihail?
In what? Could you
When can you get onions in a store? Like spring, winter, autumn, you know.
when can I get in the store onions?
Yes. Well, the answer is very easy. Especially nowadays. When?
Could you explain me? But when?
When can you get onions in a store? Well, I mean, which season?
Oh, okay. Maybe in the last part of summer.
All year.
All year.
Yep. Well, if you go to a
it's not like very fresh.
Well, why not? Why not? So, well, nowadays there are a lot of technologies and they can give possibility to grow onions during all the year, and that can be fresh for sure. So, well, what is the taste for onions? How will you describe it? Evgeny, how do onions taste? Evgeny, your microphone is muted. Well, are you here? Nope. So, Mihail, now you are all alone.
Okay, Evgeny is sleeping.
And he has another fish to fry. So, anyways, perhaps he'll be back. So, Mihail,
could you repeat the
question is about onions' taste. So, how do onions taste?
It's hard to explain.
Yes.
Maybe you could help me and give some variants.
I will not.
No.
No.
But I think it's like
so they can be sweet and
sweet.
Oh, well, some onions are a little bit sweet and tangy.
What is
sweet and tangy? That is the way to describe the taste of onions. Sweet and tangy.
What is a tangy?
That is the way onions taste.
Tangy.
Yeah, that is tangy. You know, a little bit not very pleasant, tickling in your mouth. You know, so that is sweet and tangy. Okay, good. And another question is: so, what should you eat to rid yourself of onion breath? You know what onion breath is? Onion breath. To get rid of. To get rid of means not to have anymore. So imagine you have eaten some onions and you have to go to a meeting. So you have an onion breath. What should you eat to get rid of it?
To get
rid of onion breath.
To get rid of iron breath.
Iron breath, that is. What should you eat?
I don't know. Maybe something like I don't remember. Perk? No. Which product change this breath to turn
onion breath. Well, what was the word you said?
It's like perk. I don't remember how to say it. It's like I try to guess. No.
But okay, but what is that? Will you describe, even if you don't know the word?
We use maybe on the one of the last lessons. Yes, it's like a grass which we put on this salad.
That's right. That's right. There is parsley.
Parsley.
Parsley. Yeah, it is. Good. So there is something that we eat to get rid of this onion breath. Didn't we have a class dedicated to onions yet? I have just had a kind of a deja vu.
I don't remember. What about?
Well, I have mentioned this parsley, but when? Well, I have just have a kind of deja vu that we had the class. I have had a class already. That's strange, because I don't remember we listened to that podcast about onions. Do you remember? Mikhail?
No, Svetozar. I have a lot of classes. I don't. I just not try to remember this. What happened in which class?
No, just it's interesting. Okay, anyways, good. Okay, so these are questions about onions, and now we will listen to the podcast about onions, and the task will be to get the expression of this very podcast. So let's listen to it.
The English we speak.
From BBC Learning English.
Hello, I'm Lee, and welcome to The English We Speak. And today I'm here with Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hello, Lee. Now, come on, Lee, concentrate, because I need you to help me finish this quiz in the newspaper. If I get all the questions right, I might win a holiday.
Oh, right. I love quizzes, especially if it means you can win a holiday. Okay, Rob. What's your next question?
Right, okay, well, it says here, what is the capital city of Chile?
Easy. Santiago.
Good, excellent. Right, next, what is the name of the world's largest ocean?
The Pacific. Of course.
Wow, Lee, you're good. You really know your onions.
I know my onions. Was there a question about onions?
No, Lee.
Good.
So the expression, you really know your onions, what is the meaning of it?
You really know your onions.
You really know your onions.
Like you know what you are saying.
Oh, Evgeny is back. Sorry? You really know your onions means?
You know, like you are an expert in what you are saying, right?
That's it. So you really know your onions mean that you are an expert in what you're talking about. So you really know your onions. Good. Exactly. So let's continue listening, and there will be some examples. I want you to catch those examples.
Because that is one thing I don't know anything about. Onions. Except that they make me cry.
Oh, don't cry, Lee, don't cry. It's a compliment. If someone says you know your onions, it means you are experienced in something or you know a lot about a particular subject. So really, it means you're clever.
Oh, really? But why onions?
It is a strange term, and some people say it comes from a man called S.G. Onions, who made fake to teach children about money. If they learnt about money, they would know their onions.
I see. But I suppose now we just use it as a silly expression.
We do.
Okay. So here's a new student. Who's that? Alexander. Well, I don't know such a student. Do you know, guys?
Alexander.
Alexander, can you hear us?
Alexander, how to say it? Alexander joins the lesson, but he don't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. How to say it? Light, turn on light. Yes.
Okay, he has joined the class, but he hasn't switched on the light.
Switch on. Mm-hmm.
No, turn on the light. You can also say turn on, turn off, switch on, switch off. So, Alexander, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Maybe it's Alexander's cat.
Yes.
Just,
Can you hear me?
His cat. Okay, just jumped on his laptop and switched it on. I see. Okay, so let's come back to the story. What is the origin of the expression to know your onions? Have you caught the story? So why do people say to know one's onions? Any ideas?
Actually, I missed this.
Mikhail, what about you?
Could you repeat
the question? What is the origin of the expression to know one's onions? Okay, let's listen once again and try to catch this.
It was something about kids, but...
That's right, exactly. So let's have a listen once again.
My onions? Was there a question about onions?
No, Lee.
Good, because that is one thing I don't know anything about. Onions. Except that they make me cry.
Oh, don't cry, Lee, don't cry. It's a compliment. If someone says you know your onions, it means you are experienced in something or you know a lot about a particular subject. So really, it means you're clever.
Oh, really? But why onions?
It is a strange term, and some people say it comes from a man called S.G. Onions, who made fake coins to help teach children about money. If they learnt about money, they would know their onions.
That is the story, so will you please tell me what it is about?
hard story?
Hard story. You pronounce it with a Scottish accent. Hard story. That's it, a hard story. Okay, hard story. Okay, Evgeny, what about you? Are you still here? Alexander.
Guess what I'm doing.
Yeah, Evgeny?
Guess what I'm doing now.
Guess what are you doing now? You are eating onions.
Not onions, but I'm eating. Actually, I didn't get. I knew that there was a guy who was teaching children about money, and what happened next, I didn't get.
Something about fake money, fake coins. So I believe he taught him to differ true coins from fake ones. And
yeah, but how it? Yeah, and
so if they know how to differ fake coins from true ones, so they can know their onions. Well, I don't know. Because his name was something like S.G. Onions. So it's related to his name. Well, he was their teacher. He taught them something useful in life. So that is why when someone knows, when someone is an expert in some particular subject, he knows their onions. That's it.
okay.
Okay, good. Alexander, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Mr. Winnie Alexander, or Alexander the Pooh.
Can you hear me?
No? Okay. So let's continue.
I see. But I suppose now we just use it as a silly expression.
We do. A bit like this.
If you ever need someone to fix your computer, ask Bob. He really knows his onions.
The first example, Mihail?
Oh, first example. I don't follow. Maybe.
You're not concentrated, are you?
Yes, I changed.
It is a private class of yours, so you said it. So you should be 100%, 101% concentrated.
But some people write.
What are you doing there? Chatting with friends?
Yes, some people. How to say it? Some people try to.
Strange.
I don't know how to say it. It's like.
Some people try to do what?
In Russian, мешать.
To disturb you, to interfere. Well, you should better close all the tabs that and Amilingo, and you will solve the problem just like that. And then you will be more concentrated. So, well, once again, the example.
Oh, really? But why?
Children about money. If they learnt about money, they would know their onions.
I see. But I suppose now we just use it as a silly expression.
We do. A bit like this.
If you ever need someone to fix your computer, ask Bob. He really knows his onions.
So?
I need to.
Shall I repeat it? Yes.
Repeat this.
Shall I repeat the example?
Example, okay.
Yes, your task is to repeat it word by word.
If you need
if you ever need your computer to be.
If you ever need.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever need your computer to
be fixed, or to fix your computer.
To be fixed, you can
ask Bob, or what was his name?
And because he is.
He really knows.
He really knows it like an
onions. He really knows his onions.
The expression.
We do. A bit like this.
If you ever need someone to fix your computer.
If you ever need someone to fix your computer.
Ask Bob. He really knows his onions.
Ask Bob. He really knows his onions. Next example.
Look, you got full marks in the maths test. You really do know your onions.
That.
Another example. Okay, Alexander has just written that his microphone doesn't work. I see, Alexander. What's the problem with your microphone? Hi. Nice.
I think Alexander used mobile phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So that's the problem. All the students have got some problems with their mobile phone. Yeah, they are right. Ah, you really know your onions, Mikhail. Good. So, Alexander, well, glad to read you.
Alexander, it's your Android device. You can maybe how to say it? It's like not remove, restart it, and after that your microphone is
will work.
Yes, will work.
Okay, so I'm really there is an expression. Nice to see you again. Another, well, when students don't switch on their cameras, I usually say nice to hear you again. And in this case, I will say nice to read you, Alexander. Anyways, well, away from his mobile phone now. So, what was another example? Let's have a listen once again.
Like this.
If you ever need someone to fix your computer, ask Bob. He really knows his onions.
Look, you got full marks in the maths test. You really do know your onions.
So?
But maybe Evgeny is here, no? But because
having his.
I don't understand it clearly. It's like maybe you repeat by word.
You want me to repeat?
Yes.
It's your task. It's your obligation. So, well, what is it about, at least, if not word by word, the idea of the example?
But I don't understand it.
Oh,
dear. If you ever need someone to
fix just once again.
Ask Bob. He really knows his onions.
Look, you got full marks in the maths test.
Look, he got his full marks in the math test.
You really?
Not he. You. Look, you got the full marks in your math test. You really do know your onions.
Computer. Oh,
once again.
Knows his onions.
Look, you got full marks in the.
You got full marks.
Maths test.
In the math test.
You really do know your onion.
You really do know your math Mathematics.
Math, I understand, but full marks.
That means that, well, for example, the maximum points is 10 or 100. So, and you get 100 points. That means you got full marks in math test. So you really do know your onions. That's it.
What does it mean?
That tour guide really knew her onions, didn't she?
So knowing your onions means knowing a lot about something. Well, that describes me very well then.
Now, another way of saying it is that you really know your stuff.
Stuff? You mean like this?
When it comes to making cakes, my mum really knows her stuff.
Well, another example, another expression, synonymical expression, to know one's stuff. So,
Stuff. What does it mean? I don't understand.
to know one's stuff is the same, to know your onions, to know really, to know a lot about some particular subject, or to be well at doing something.
But I remember the stuff. It's like employee.
Well, the spelling is different. Stuff and stuff pronounced the same, but you write them in different ways.
Could you write this one?
Which one?
Sorry.
So there are stuff with A.
This we have in the dialogue.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
so there is stuff.
Can you hear me?
U-double-F. So there is stuff.
And what does it mean?
To know your stuff means to be good at something. You really know your stuff. It means you really know your onions. It means you are very good at this. And the example is?
The guide really knew her onions.
Well then.
Now, another way of saying it is that you really know your stuff.
Stuff? You mean like this?
When it comes to making cakes, my mum really knows her stuff.
I don't hear clearly.
When it comes to cakes.
When I what?
When it comes to cakes.
Okay, comes. Okay, I understand. When it comes to cakes, to make cakes.
When it comes to cakes, when we talk about cakes, about cakes. When it comes to cakes.
My mom is like an onion on that. Yes.
No. When it comes to cakes, my mom really knows her stuff.
Okay. I changed this.
You mean like this?
When it comes to making cakes, my mum really knows her stuff.
My mom really knows her stuff. Okay, chatting. Okay, Alexander is writing here. Reloading hasn't helped me. Well, that's a shame. That means that's really.
Maybe all people wants to have a writing lesson on writing skills, for training writing skills.
Chatting, yeah. Well, no problems. Anyways, so that's it. So when it comes to cakes, my mom really knows her stuff. Another example?
Well, knowing your onions or knowing your stuff is very useful when you're doing a quiz like this. So, Lee, here's another question. Right. Complete the name of this flavour of crisp. Cheese and something?
The taste of crisp. Cheese and something. So what would you add, Mikhail?
Crisp, it's
something you eat with beer or, I don't know, with...
I understand.
Well, it is made of potatoes, you know. So, the question is...
Right. Complete the name of this flavour of crisp.
Flavor of crisp.
What is the flavor?
Flavor, let's say, like taste. Well, the smell of it. That is flavor.
Right.
A lot of words which I don't know.
Name of this flavour of crisp. Cheese and something?
So cheese and what can be the second part of the name of the crisp flavor?
Cheese and I try to guess. Cheese. I don't know.
Have you never eaten crisps?
Yes, I have, but
what can be added as a part of a flavor of crisps? Okay, let's listen.
That's tricky. Cheese and ham?
Cheese and ham.
Cheese and apple?
Cheese and apple.
No, I've got it. It's cheese and onion crisps.
Cheese and onion crisp. So it's about onion, so there is such a flavor, crisps. The flavor of crisp cheese and onions.
Brilliantly, you really do know your onions. And now I might win a holiday.
But that's great. But who are you going to take with you?
Probably my girlfriend.
Oh, right. I didn't want to go with you anyway. You have got onion breath.
Oh dear. Join us again soon for another program about everyday English sayings.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that's it. That's all about this podcast. So I will send you the link. You will be able to get it downloaded from Google Drive, and you have a possibility to read the transcription and learn some new words that were new for you in this podcast. But to enrich your vocabulary, you should learn vocabulary. So that'll do. Have a nice evening, you, Evgeny, Alexander, if you can hear me. So glad to hear you, to see you, to read you.
We can send it to Alexander's phone.
Okay, well, for sure. Okay. So here is the link. Yeah, Alexander, thank you for coming. And despite the fact that you had a kind of a problem with the microphone and the camera as well, I was glad to read you, to feel your presence here. So have a nice night, sleep tight, and hope to see you next time at my class. And hope that there will be more students. So that'll do for tonight. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Goodbye.